Signore e signori,
dichiaro aperta la celebrazione Giochi Olimpici Invernali.
Si sta avvicinando allo stadio.
Forza, forza! Dai, 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 dai! Dal record della pista! Record della pista! Prima!
Buongiorno and welcome to Keep the Flame Alive's Day 6 coverage of the Milano Cortina 2026 Winter Olympic Games. I am your host, Jill Jaracz, coming to you from TKFLASTANI House, joined as always by my lovely co-host, Alison Brown. Alison, ciao, como stai?
My toe hurts.
Oh no, what happened?
Nothing happened. I'm just realizing it as I'm sitting here because as I've mentioned to you, I didn't bring enough shoes to rotate through. Mm-hmm. So I've been wearing the same shoes too many times. So I think that's why my toe hurts. It's going to make me cranky.
Oh, don't be cranky for the listeners. I have blisters all over the place.
Oh, you do again?
Yeah, I have some more blisters that showed up. So that's great. But I'll get through it. It's all right. So first segment.
Stuff we forgot.
Immediately, again. So you took a walk yesterday, and I meant to learn about it. Hold on a second. While you tell the listeners about this, I desperately need to put some padding in this room.
Our echo chamber of an apartment. So, yes, I forgot to say I took a walk in Sempione Park, which is probably why my toe hurts, and passed the Coke Peak Experience. Thank you for my padding. And the Esolungo House and the Fan Zone. And it was crowded. I don't know what else to tell you about it.
Well, what were you going to tell me yesterday?
It was crowded. It was busy. It had lots of action. So I think people in the city are getting the feeling of the Olympics. It's not quite so remote and isolated as we feared it might be.
Sorry about the interruption. It sounds a little bit better.
Okay, good.
We have a very tall ceilinged, bare walled apartment, and the noise just bounces off. And I feel so bad every day that we don't have like hooks on the walls that we can just drape stuff from.
Yeah.
But we've draped some clothes around, and that seems to help a little bit if you really wanted the behind the scenes. And Jill's tired. So
I know.
She doesn't want to edit a whole lot or restart the show.
No, that's fair. Jill had a very long day, but we'll get to that after the stuff we forgot about yesterday.
Okay, the state of getting and trading for Milano 2026 pins. I noticed this.
Yes, Milan 26 pins are few and far between and hard to come by, and people trading only will trade a Milan pin for a Milan pin.
Yeah, if they will trade a Milan pin, because there are pins around. We have not yet been to the trading center, although that is on my list to do in the very near future. But pins are really expensive, I have to say.
Yeah.
They're somewhere between 12 and maybe upwards of 20 euros. And when you're talking about a pin, that is a lot to spend money on. There is a city pin scavenger hunt, which the Yes Milano people put together, which is a brilliant idea. And if you're in a Facebook group, Keep the Flame Alive podcast on Facebook, I posted a picture of the Panettone pin, which is like the end-all be-all.
Adorable.
And yes, so cute. But they post on their website every day a new neighborhood or element of the city, and you go and find where the pin is. They'll post the address. You go and find it. And if you can collect enough pins, you get a gift. Except for the lines for these pins have been so long.
And each is very limited. They told us that they only produced a few thousand pins overall, never mind of each.
Right.
So there's probably a few hundred of each because there were several in this set.
Yes. And it's a fabulous idea. The pins are adorable. But we talked with someone yesterday who was the last person to not. It was like the person in front of them got the last pin of the day.
Yeah.
And he was not thrilled about that.
No.
So people are waiting in line. And so it's nice for the city because they've created some buzz and excitement about something. But it's a tough haul out there. And like, because the pins are so expensive, people don't want to give them up. No, I mean,
not just for an ordinary pin that they would have seen before. They will only trade, if trading, for something really special.
Yeah, because a lot of traders aren't super great, but they're fun to trade and they're fun to talk to people. So good luck on those Milan pins. If you get some, let us know. The opening ceremonies bracelet update.
Still going.
It's dying though.
It is dimming, but I still see a little flash of light. It's over here in the corner. It's slowing. It's speeding up, and now it gives you like 3 quick flashes, and then it stops, and then it might give you. It's almost like it's doing Morse code now. It's calling Christy Coventry to Shuklastan House. Come save the Olympic movement from these crazy women.
So that's that. It's still going. Forgot to mention yesterday, USA's Jordan Stoltz broke a 24-year-old Olympic record in the 1,000-meter speed skating event last night, which I thought was really cool. Because
record older than he is.
Yes, which the very excited announcer kept talking about. It was quite funny. And I forgot to mention that gymnast Fred Curley was at ice hockey for the game I saw, USA versus Canada, and he did a backflip for everyone.
Nice.
Yeah, so
hopefully not on the ice, though.
No, not on the ice.
Oh,
they had him off on the side, when they're doing all the hosty stuff, because there are Zambonis on the ice.
Okay, good.
Although it would be cool if he could flip from Zamboni to Zamboni.
Yeah, let's not try that.
All right, what officiating or volunteer job would you want today?
I want to be an Omega man.
Oh, that guy. I saw that guy. I know exactly who you mean.
This is the man who actually puts the devices on the ice for the finish line for long track speed skating. But here was the thing. Today, he seemed to have a fan club because he was out there when they were doing the Zamboni and protecting his timers. And a bunch of people started yelling and waving at him, and he waved back and took their picture as they were taking a picture of him. So I don't know. It was a group of Dutch fans. So I don't know if this is the same Omega man for a lot of speed skating races. So he's kind of developed a following, or they knew him somehow. But I want to be that Omega man that just, because I like to imagine it's just that people love him because they've seen him so much. And he also had the cloth to gently wipe off his timers.
And you like cleaning.
I do like some cleaning, and he babied those things, and I appreciate that. You would have liked it though, because he also had some tools.
I saw him because I sat right by the finish line when I went to speed skating,
which is where I sat today.
Okay, stuck in an untabled press seat that you can't touch the ground on, right?
But I just put my feet in the seat in front of me, and I dared people to sit there.
Okay, I sat in front of the press table in that very first row. Nobody was sitting in front of me because I didn't want a blocked view. If I had to have no table, I was not having a blocked view.
Yes.
So there you go.
And how about you? What are you doing this week?
I went out to cross country, so I have new jobs.
Yes.
And I think I would like to be snow patch filler. And this was a poor volunteer who, back in the mix zone and where athletes and press and coaches and everybody have to walk around, the snow got very soft in places. So he was kind of frantically trying to build it back up so that people didn't sink and maybe twist an ankle.
So was he trying to make it like pound it down?
Yeah, he was like filling it in so it had more volume. I don't know if it helped because the snow is kind of watery in a way, but we'll get to that. All right, you had a cultural moment.
I did have a cultural moment. But it wasn't Italian culture, it was Dutch culture. So today on the train, I ended up chatting to this very nice Dutch man on our way to speed skating. And I mentioned how last night I was inundated by the Dutch on the way to Team Netherlands house. And I made a comment about how American and how short I felt. I was standing up, he was sitting down. He was clearly of Dutch height because we were looking at each other in the eye as he was sitting and I was standing. And he said to me, "We are long, but we mean no harm." which I think should be their national motto.
Totally agree with you on that one. I had to take a fast train today as part of my journey out to Tesero, and they had service in first class, a food and beverage service. And so for the train out there, you could get the sandwich or the biscuit. And I don't know what the biscuit was, but the sandwiches were 2 teeny tiny, like 3-bite sandwiches. They were something though.
Yeah.
And
why did you get first class?
That is what we get with our...
Wow.
Yeah. So I was in the car with like people from Malta, my new friend Diego. I think that like the president of the Thai National Olympic Committee and was there, and we were just sitting and enjoying a beverage. I had some Coke Zero, I think, at that point, because it was plenty. It was early, but boy, did I need it at that point. And then on the way back, Prosecco in the car.
Nice. Mm-hmm. So do we only get first class on this particular train?
Have no idea.
Okay. We'll
only been on one train like this.
Fair enough.
So yes, it's a high-speed rail. That new high-speed rail that they put in was quite nice, I thought. So we'll see how that goes with other trips. We have been having the TV on tonight, and we've discovered that the wrap-up show for Rai, the local Italian channel, is called Noti Olimpici, and that's trademarked. So be careful. But it's no Kelju.
Yeah, as you said, there's no audience. There's no laughing. There's no fun.
Yeah, and you would think they'd have fun because, by golly, the Italians are just sweeping up.
You would think they would be a little happier. There was a man standing there with a stick at one point.
Right.
And just yelling at people. And I did not understand why he was so upset. Because he was talking about, well, we'll get to Brignone. He was talking about an Italian medal, and yet he seemed so angry about it.
Maybe they were subdued tonight because there was somebody in uniform there, like one of the police type people.
I know. Are you some carabinieri who's just there to monitor the Rai broadcast because they've been doing illegal things? I don't know what was happening.
Other news that has happened: figure skating coach Raimu Rainsalu, figure skating coach Raimu Rainsalu, who he's Estonian, but he coaches Lithuania's Maida Variakolati, and he's been banned from the games while he's being investigated for physical and psychological abuse alleged by a former skater. So there's been an appeal to CAS. The ban has been upheld, and as of now, Maida will not have a coach.
Oh.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Maybe there's other people on her team, but Lithuania is pretty small in terms of figure skating prowess.
I mean, at the very least, there are ice dancers here who are now done with their competition, who are very experienced skaters, who I would hope would at least step in and be with her on the side, just so she's not on her own.
Tough stuff. Before we get to today's results, we'd like to take a moment to thank everyone who donated to our fundraiser to get us here to Milan. We're here for the duration of the Olympics and Paralympics, producing daily episodes, and that is a very expensive endeavor. So we appreciate everybody who chipped in to get us here because we wouldn't be here without you. That said, we go year round, so we need some help keeping our flame alive throughout the year and leading up to LA 2028. Go to flamealivepod.com. You'll see a donate button, or there's going to be a pop-up. We have options for one-off donations. If you'd like to become an ongoing patron, we've got some exclusives going on there. And we really appreciate all the support that we've had since the daily games have started, since the daily episodes have started. So you're keeping us going when we're getting no sleep, so we appreciate that.
When those little emails come up that, oh, you've received a donation, that'll keep us going. We live on that for a little while. We ride that for a day or two.
All right, let's look at some results. We start with Alpine skiing today.
Yeah, women's Super G. I was watching this morning, and it was quite a race. The mountain won a little bit. the 17 skiers did not finish.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was a lot of skiers who went out, including some big names like Breezy Johnson, Sophia Goja, Emma Eicher, and Esther Ledeshka, who made her way over from snowboard. You know, she couldn't do the downhill, but she could do the Super G. That worked in the schedule, and she ended up not finishing this race and crashing
what
out.
a tough games.
Doesn't seem like anybody, they got off course, but nobody truly crashed out.
Oh, that's
so
good.
I don't think there's any injuries on this for anyone who's now going to go on to the more technical races.
Well, Breezy Johnson might have a finger injury from her engagement ring, learning how to lift it. She got engaged at the finish line, which was quite nice.
What's she going to knit for that? Maybe she'll just knit her whole dress. Knit a special wedding headband.
There you go.
So medals in that race, gold went to Italy's Federica Brignoni, silver went to France, Romani Miradoli, and bronze to Cornelia Hutter from Austria.
Excellent. Then we have cross-country skiing, which I went to, and I will tell you, it was a long day of transportation. I left Milano Centrale at 8:35 in the morning, and I got to Tesero at 1:20 p.m., 3:19. Okay. Left Tesero like 4:20, got back at 9:45 to Centrale, and then I still had to make my way back here.
How you doing?
I'm tired right now. I learned some new vocabulary when I was looking at the departures board. Guasto ad. Failure to.
Oh, no.
Cancelato.
Oh, no.
Canceled.
What, was any of yours canceled?
No, it wasn't.
Oh,
it wasn't.
good.
Because the hard thing was there was a train that was disabled. So it just completely destroyed the whole schedule. And it also destroyed the departures board because there were so many trains that were late. And by late, I mean now hours late because of this disabled train, that they couldn't keep putting new trains on the board. And I kept standing there going, my train's going soon. What platform are we going on? Come on, let's go. So we did. And then I met my new friend, Sergio, who is a photographer from Argentina. And he was going out to take, some Argentinians were competing. And he's been at 18 games.
Wow.
And I guess the record is 22. And
well, he's
getting there. Well, the guy, because I'm assuming it's a guy who's got 22, he's older than Sergio. That is what I learned.
But is he still going? Is that 22 number still expanding?
I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't get a word in edgewise, really. But Sergio was lovely and sent me some pictures, which was great. And took pictures of what we were out there for. No, it's not funny, but it was funny to me. The deal is that you take this high-speed train, lovely ride, very nice, very comfortable. You take it to Trento, and then you get on a Milano Cortina provided shuttle, which is a big coach bus, and that takes you up, and it's a 2-hour bus ride up into the mountains, and you're going pretty slow, and you're going through little towns and stuff. Left right on time, easy to find, no big deal, except for the fact that the timetable that they constructed for this meant that you got to cross country 20 minutes after it started, which was not fun. But at that point, I was just like, whatever, I will get there. And I think what really helped was that I was going to see our TKFLASTANI Bruna Moura. It helped that she had bib number 95. So she started after I got there.
Perfect.
And I appreciated that. So he was not having it. Sergio was not, because he, as a photographer, he's got to like run and find positions and stuff, and you've got part of the race already over with, and that is not good for him. He kept talking to the driver and saying, "Can't we just go? Let's go now. Let's go faster. I've got to get there." and the driver was having none of that. So it was kind of fun to watch this interplay and just go, well, this is Italian. The bus drops you off right at the front gate.
That's
which
helpful.
was awesome. But then you have to walk through mud. I mean, I brought some of the mountain back with me because my pants are covered with mud. My boots are covered with mud. It's semi-snowy up there, which ain't great. I did touch the snow, and it was really watery, like
Just wet?
Wet, but not just. It would melt kind of quickly.
Gotcha.
But you picked it up. It was kind of chunky. It wasn't like fluffy flakes or anything, but it was definitely had been like most snow water at one point. but you looked like somebody created this, to be quite honest. So that was that part of it. I did get there in time to get yelled at because I stood in the Olympic family section and trying to find the press tribune. Because again, I found the media center, and I had brought a lot of stuff because I was actually very, very paranoid about being able to get back.
Yes, you were very worried.
So I brought a microphone and headphones and a change of underwear and extra food. I just had a big lunch and a big bottle of water because we were going to be a little bit elevated, and I didn't know how that was going to help in terms of dehydration. So I'm running around, and literally I'm running to try to get to where I need to go. And I find the venue media center fairly quickly, find a place, dump my stuff, and go wander to find the press tribune, which I don't think I ever... Oh, I did find it, but the press tribune was really like in seating. Because I was around some Swedes, I was not that far from one of the Jesse Diggins contingents. And I had been standing in front of the Olympic family, and I was told, absolutely not. You do not.
You do not stand near the Olympic family with your cooties.
Yes, exactly.
Especially your press cooties. Forget that.
Right. So I did get to see Jesse Diggins finish. The thing is, I saw the 10-kilometer interval start freestyle ski. And that's just kind of chaos, kind of like biathlon, because you're leaving at timed intervals. There's skiers on the track all the time. And I was asking one of the Americans, Haley Swerble was coming through the mixed zone, and I got some tape with her and some other reporters too. And I asked, like, what about this do people watching it at home, this race? If you're watching it at home, what don't you get when you're here? Well, they do like 3 loops, but it's different courses for every loop. And so you're crossing things, you're turning weird. And if you don't get it right, if you turn the wrong way, which Haley said she almost did in warm-ups, like your race is over because you went the wrong direction. So it's very confusing, and it's logistically hard. And it does look like there are skiers just everywhere. And you don't know where to look. The course is huge. You're in the mountains, but
It's like a Hunger Games.
Yeah. You're still at tree line, so you're not super high up, but you're definitely surrounded by mountains. It's really pretty up there, and the stadium is like it for right there. Didn't seem to be anything else around. They did have a couple of different concession stands. One was supposed to be local stuff, which might have been interesting, but I got there late. And I also didn't go into the media the media concessions either, because I brought all my own food.
Along with your underpants.
Right. And so I did get to see Jesse Diggins finish. And Jesse Diggins was fighting for bronze. What you don't see on TV is how amazingly fast she is. And she was hauling and hauling and hauling, and you could tell she was in a world of pain.
But she knew she was close.
Yeah, she knew she was close.
Pushing.
She knows how to take the pain better than anybody else, and then collapsed at the end, and Haley was there helping her out because I guess she's not a huge fan of being touched, but like they got her skis off so she can at least ride the round in pain. So you say move comfortably, I say ride the round in pain, because that's what it was.
Fair enough.
But she eventually got up and claimed the bronze, which was awesome. And then Bruna Moura, I saw her start, and then because I was in the mix zone, did not see anything else. And the poor announcers are trying to keep things going and keep you informed on what's happening.
But with interval starts, that's got to be almost impossible.
It's really, really difficult. But they were trying to keep an eye on the top people and figure out where they were. Huge Swedish contingent that, of course, stayed till the end.
Appropriately
Which
so.
it's kind of sad because the people in bibs, like low 80 or high 80s to the hundreds, the stands cleared out a little bit before they left. But Bruna, who was bib number 95, she did not have a good race because her something's up with like her lower legs. And this was really hard, but she wanted to race and she wanted to finish. And that was very, very important to her. So she didn't matter if she did it slowly, she was going to finish. Well, the 3 winners went to the finish line and welcomed all the finishers, all the people down the bottom. And between Bruna and the skier from Mexico, who was just in tears over that, it was really, really something. They were so excited. And it just really meant a lot to them to, be seen as equals with these phenomenal skiers. And I think they understand how hard it is for the people from really small, not necessarily small countries because Brazil's big, but small.
But certainly small winter programs.
Yes, exactly. So gold went to Frida Karlsson from Sweden. That is her second gold. Silver went to Eva Andersson, her second silver. I guess there were lots of people fighting for silver. And now she's got a medal to replace or go along with the broken one that she has.
One is fixed and nice and one broken.
Right. And then Jessie Diggins got bronze. And she said she was so thrilled to get that. And it was so hard fought. And I heard her say, and it might have been when she was going through the mix zone because she was actually on a mic. There were so many people around that because of the crash she had where she bruised a bunch of ribs and they got an ultrasound, nothing's broken, but it really hurts. This games is not going the way it's supposed to because of that.
Because she's in pain.
She's in a lot of pain. And dealing mentally with that element of this isn't going the way it's supposed to, how do you change that and work with it? That's been really challenging for her too, on top of it. So that's a real bummer.
Though it's something she can pull through.
Yeah.
She is that resilient and strong of an athlete. And she's been through it. So this is not the first challenge that she has ever faced.
Yeah.
Though I wish she didn't have to.
Yeah. And she said, it's easy to feel sorry for herself, but she knows she is lucky to still get to be there. So just, her attitude is amazing. Her approach is amazing. It was great to see the crowd they were just waiting for her to get through the medal ceremony and through doping and all that stuff. And she came by for some hugs, and it was great. I saw the whole lineup of not the lineup of people, the lineup of signs in the order that people jobs stand in. That was cool. That was very cool. Frida met the king, and apparently every time a Swede wins a medal, he gets one too. Maybe not an Olympic medal, but he gets some kind of medal.
He gets some sort of recognition that one of your citizens has done a great thing.
Right.
King Carl Gustaf.
And that's about it. I mean, I stuck around for a long time and I talked to Bruna, and it was great to meet her. I met her partner and his family and got us pins.
Oh, nice.
Yes, special Brazilian pins. So I think those are kind of hard to come by. So they go in my take home pile.
It's funny because when we were at Casa Brazil yesterday, somebody was asking one of the workers there about trading for a Brazil pin, and she just said no. She said, we got these special. This is the only one I have. So no one's getting my Brazil pin.
Do not blame her. But then I had popped into the press conference, which was for the medalist. I was there for a little bit, and then I'm like, maybe I should try to go to the bus early and take, I had 2 options for bus and take the earlier one. So I did. I had to hustle. Not easy. But
With your underwear bag.
Don't call my backpack the underwear bag. It had gear in it. The underwear weighed nothing next to the microphone.
It's much more fun calling it the underwear bag.
So haul my butt to the bus, get there, get on, look at the transport app, and it suddenly says that there are no other buses after this. Like, you couldn't get another bus. Like, oh, okay. I guess I did good. Got my Prosecco to celebrate on the way home.
Well, I'm very glad to have you home in one piece.
So it was a great day. It was a really fun day. It was fun to see that the ride in the bus was beautiful. It was slow because you're going windy roads, but you'd go through these little villages that some of them would have Olympic stuff. And I don't know if we went through some town that had a connection to Stefania and Amos Mosner.
Well, Stefania is from the Cortina area.
Okay, so that's not.
So it's
maybe
not
it's
her,
Amos.
so maybe it's
because there
Amos.
was a banner with their picture on it, and then somebody had like spray painted a banner that was like "Go Stefania, go Amos," and had little curling stones on it. It was really cute. And so there were other little things that popped up here and there that helped you feel like it was Olympic, but it was really weird to have this, like, everybody comes together and you're plopped in the stadium.
And then
you're
everybody
out.
goes away
Yes.
in the bus.
So yeah, I'm excited that I got cross country checked off the list. And you know what I figured out what my problem is with the day and the date confusion?
Tell me.
Is because I keep thinking February is one of those perfect months that where the 1st, I believe, was on a Sunday, and the 28th is like, it's a perfect month if it's all on one calendar. Well, I keep thinking that because we're on day 6, it should be like the 6th of February. So when I see the 12th, I think we're almost done.
Right, we're not.
No.
We have 10 more days to go.
Wow, that's impressive. This show is pretty good. All right, let's move over to curling. The men and women's round robins got underway today. For the women, USA beat Korea 8-4. Japan lost to Sweden, also 8-4. Switzerland beat Italy 7-4. Canada beat Denmark 10-4. China beat Great Britain 7-4. Korea beat Italy 7-2. Denmark beat Japan 10-7 in extra ends. And Denmark's Madeline Dupont said, well, that's what the people want. They want the drama, which I loved. And then Sweden beat the U.S. 9-4. So it looked like everybody had 2 games today.
Yes.
Men's round robin had
One session.
one session. So Germany beat Norway 5-4. Switzerland beat the USA 8-3. And so as they were losing, USA put their alternate, Rich Ruhonen, in so that Rich could become the oldest American to compete at an Olympic Games, Winter Olympic Games.
So all he ever wanted, he said, was to throw a stone at the Olympics.
There you go. And he's 54. So good on you, Rich. You got your dream. And then Great Britain and Sweden played. That was a rematch of the Beijing 2022 final. Last time Sweden won. This time Great Britain won 6-3. Moving over to freestyle skiing, we had the men's moguls today. Gold went to Cooper Woods from Australia. Silver went to Michael Kingsbury from Canada. And bronze went to Japan's Hiroshima Ikuma.
This I did also watch.
Okay.
And the conditions were not great.
Oh.
It seemed to be that there was snow going on all over the mountains this morning. It was true for Alpine. It was true for freestyle. And I think was also true for, we'll get to snowboard cross. So,
and half pipe, it was snowing too tonight.
Yeah. So today was definitely foggy and snowy, and that makes it a little crazy. But here was the the cool thing. Kingsbury and Woods tied. And the tiebreaker goes to the turns score. I know, what a strange thing to go for the tie. Like, I thought the tiebreaker was going to be maybe
Like jump
adding
height
things or
yeah.
jumps or time even. But no, it's the turns score. and Woods received a 48.4. Kingsbury received a 47.7. So that decided it.
Wow.
And this is Kingsbury's third silver medal in this event. He did win gold in Pyeongchang, so he's medaled now 4 times in this event.
Wow. So Sochi, then Beijing, and now Milano Cortina.
Yes.
Wow. Impressive. And ice hockey, the men started playing today. So
I did not see this. I did not venture out to the hockey arena. I lied to you. But I did do a lot of stuff, so it's okay. I did a lot of other stuff. I just didn't get to
what
the
other
men's.
stuff?
I went to women's hockey. I went to speed skating, and I went to short track.
Okay, so in men's ice hockey, it was Group A. Switzerland beat France 4-0, and Canada beat Czechia 5-0. And in Group C, the USA beat Latvia 5-1, and Germany beat Denmark 3-1. So then the women's hockey match, we had that postponed norovirus situation match where Canada beat Finland 5-0.
So I got to hear baby
Oh, boy.
a few times. You ain't seen nothing yet, Jill. You ain't seen nothing yet.
But you just saw something. That's a horrible choice. You just saw a goal. You saw something, not nothing. They should talk to Ilya Malinin about that because his free skate is his own. We'll get to figure skating tomorrow, but his free skate is his own lyrics. He wrote some poetry for it. And there's a line in there is like,
You are something, but not nothing.
there we go. So we saw something. You saw something. A lot of something.
I did see a lot of something. Just not men's hockey.
So the quarterfinals are set.
Yes, and they will be starting tomorrow and on Saturday. So we're going to have Canada versus Germany, Finland versus Switzerland, Czechia versus Sweden, and the USA will take on Italy.
In luge, we had the team relay.
Yes, gold went to Germany again with the luge relay. Silver went to Austria, bronze went to Italy. So the nice job for Italy to get on there. Our Americans finished in 5th. That's Ashley Farquharson and Siobhan Forgan and Sophia Kirkby were the women's single and women's double portion of the relay respectively.
One of our listeners, listener Brian, he tracks repeat gold and really concentrates on like the 4-peats because that's really, really rare. And so if Germany had won gold, which they did, it's a 4-peat for Tobias Arlt and Tobias Vendel, the doubles team. But you could make an argument that this relay now, because there's also women's doubles added into it, not the same event as it was before.
Huh.
Moving on to skeleton.
Did.
Oh, skeleton. Hey, now that luge is over, skeleton's the next one to take the track. So we had the men's first and second heats. So we've got standings.
Yes, Great Britain's Matt Weston set a track record on run 1 and then decided to break it on run 2. So he is in the lead, followed by Axel Jung from Germany and Christopher Grothier, also from Germany.
Oh boy. I'm sorry, listeners. We're going to be in rare form tonight.
But the cool thing for me was American Austin Florian set a new start record on the track, and then he also broke it on his second run because there's a start record versus the track record. So there's a start record that he broke twice. He stands in 13th place overall, and runs 3 and 4 will be tomorrow.
And there has been kind of a little controversy in skeleton going on.
Yes, the political issue of Rule 50 and displays of political protests on the fields of play, which we've talked about in many contexts. But this was a helmet for Vyacheslav Heriskevich.
Good on for taking that one.
Figured I'd give it a shot. So he had a helmet that, he is from Ukraine. He had a helmet that included images of athletes who have been killed in the Ukraine-Russia war. And because that was considered a political statement, he was told he could not wear that helmet during the races. He has worn it during training. He said, I want to wear it. The IOC said, you can't. He said, I'm going to wear it. They said, you're going to be DQ'd.
Yeah, that's the long and short of it. He's upset because he has said other people have had displays like this, and mentioned Maxim Namov, the American figure skater, who has a picture of his parents in the kiss and cry, which I would argue is not necessarily a political statement, because it's just, because he's in mourning, so he's mourning the death of the athlete. So Maxim is mourning the death of his family, and Israeli Jared Firestone wore a kippah with the names of the Israelis killed at Munich 1972 to the opening ceremony. So
again, but neither one of those are field of play. Right. That's the difference. It's field of play, because they did tell him that he could bring the helmet to the mixed zone immediately after. This is the same person who actually held that sign up, "No War."
Oh, that's
at
right.
Beijing at the end of his run, and they kind of let that go, even though that was pretty iffy. So he's been pushing the limits on this at Beijing and now again.
Right. And Kirsty Coventry even had a one-on-one with him.
Right, because what she said was she didn't want him not to participate. She wanted him to compete. Can we come up with a compromise?
Right. They said you could wear a black armband. You could do other things, but he said no, sticking with the helmet. And she was very sad. She cried about that.
And I can understand where she's coming from, because she just, I could see in her face in this press conference, she just wants to look at him and said, give an inch. We're trying to come up with a compromise here. Please give an inch and go race and honor the people that you are trying to honor that way. And we will come up with a way for you to mourn and mourn publicly and have your political statement, just not on the track.
Right. Because,
and he wouldn't budge.
And that is really sad, because, and Kirsty Coventry, if you recall from listening a couple of years ago, when she was president of the Athletes Council around Tokyo, they did a huge survey of what do the athletes want in terms of protests, because they were trying to figure out what could be done where athletes get the right to say things that they really believe in, because athletes aren't just athletes. They have other interests and have other passions. But where does that cross the line into taking away the moment from others? And so they came up with a huge survey results. Athletes really got into this one. And they said, athletes said, we don't want protests on the field of play, on the podium, or in the village. Let us be there. And Coventry also said, we got to keep it safe for everybody. Not everybody mourns in the same way, so we need to respect everybody's differences.
And you always have to turn it around with, what if this was a Russian athlete doing the same thing?
Right.
I don't know if a Ukrainian athlete would be too excited about that.
Yeah, I mean...
And you have to always, whenever there's these issues, you can't look at it as it's just the Ukraine conflict. Because once you set a precedent like that and you go down that slippery slope, then every conflict is game, and every side of every conflict is game. And now all of a sudden you're going to have Russian athletes, if and when they return, making political statements on the podium. Mm-hmm. And it's fine when it's Ukraine, but I can tell you right now, it's not going to be fine when it's Russia, and you can't have double standards.
Right. So it's a really tough situation, and I'm really sorry that he did not want to compromise.
I agree.
And I will say this about Kirsty Coventry. She seems to be a person who looks for listens to all sides and tries to find a compromise and make everybody happy, because you're not going to get your way all the time. And you have to learn to do what's the best for the situation at hand. And it's really sad that he didn't want to find a way to make it work.
Right.
And still be able to get his message out. Now, on one hand, he is standing up for something he believes in, but he also, frankly, looks like a petulant person who doesn't. If you don't want to compromise on this thing, what does that mean for the rest of what you do? You know what I mean? Are you going to be the person that always has to have their own way?
Right. It comes across, I agree, petulant is quite the right word. And I understand where he's coming from, that his country is being attacked. Mm-hmm. And we've talked about this, and we've talked about the banning of Russian athletes as appropriate response to breaking of the truce. But there comes a point where you say, am I hurting my own cause?
Yes.
And I think that's what he's doing at this point.
Yes. Let's move over to snowboard. We had men's snowboard cross today. Did you say you watched this?
I did watch this.
Okay.
I was having fun watching all kinds of people do crazy things on boards and on sticks and going very fast. To me, the fun part of this was Nick Baumgartner, who's 44 years old.
Love it.
Back again. He won the gold last time, the team event with Lindsay Jacobelis. He finished 7th.
That's amazing.
They all call him Dad because he's old enough to be their father on most of the rest of the team, which I think is really fun. But for results, Alessandro Hammerli from Austria won gold. He is a repeat gold medalist. For silver was Elliot Grandin from Canada, and Austria's Jakob Dusek won the bronze. And Grandin led most of the way in that final run. Mm-hmm. And you really thought he was going to win. And then all of a sudden, Hammerli was just like, nope, mine. Oh. Scooped it up in that last little stretch.
Putting it on my list.
And again, the conditions they probably loved it, because it's the kind of thing that if you're a crazy mogul skier or a snowboarder, oh yeah, the conditions were gnarly, man. These were gnarly conditions.
We also had the women's half pipe tonight.
Speaking of gnarly conditions, and actually quite dangerous for them.
I wondered about that because I was watching it on the train home, but I had the sound down. And it was, frankly, I forgot that I had my headphones with me and I could have plugged them in. And I was also too lazy to dig out my headphones because I did not see Sergio seeing my underwear bag.
See, it's the underwear bag. But yes, the conditions could have made this quite dangerous. And I think there was some discussion of, do we go, do we not go? But then it was a go, because you never want to not go.
Right, because it's tough. Everybody's pumped.
You're ready to go. Everybody's there. The fans are there. The athletes are set in their whole cycle. So it wasn't bad enough to push it that far.
And Chloe Kim from the U.S. was looking to get a three-peat in gold. She had a clean run in her first run that was enough to lead until the end. Where her second 2 runs did not finish that. And Choi Gae-on from Korea laid down a banger on that last run and just snatched it away. And
it's all Chloe's fault.
Why?
Because she arranged for Gaon to come to the United States to train.
Aww.
And has been a real mentor to her.
Oh, that's nice though. And Chloe Kim said that Choi's the same age that she was when she won her first gold. So that's really nice.
And Chloe was the first one to congratulate her when she won. So it was a really great moment.
And to put it all in perspective, because Chloe Kim really was a favorite going in. She said she was really happy and proud to land a run and to get a medal because she's got shoulder issues right now. She'll have to have surgery on her labrum. And she said she's only been on snow about 8 days this winter. So she is very pleased with how she did. So let's not rag on the U.S. not getting gold.
And bronze went to Japan's Ono Mitsuki.
Over to short track.
I was there.
Yeah.
I was there. It was so good.
How crazy was the audience?
I did not realize I was going to see Ariana Fontana until I got there and she raced the first quarterfinal. And I said, oh, this is going to be a good day. The crowd lost its mind the minute they announced her name. Lost its mind. And then the other half of the crowd was there for the Netherlands, who equally lost their minds because in the semifinal, Zandra Velsbauer broke the world record.
In the semifinal.
In the semis. She needed it, man. Those semis were tight.
Man, oh man. But
it was a very nice day for Netherlands.
Winning gold, Sandra Velzeboer. And Ariana Fontana from Italy won silver. And then Courtney Sarot from Netherlands.
From Canada, excuse me. I mistyped that.
From Canada won the bronze.
And I have never seen Ariana Fontana so excited to win a silver medal in my life. She is enjoying these Olympics.
Good.
And just reveling in every race and every moment.
That's good, especially when it's your home games, because there's a lot more pressure when it's your home games. I mean, you get the crowd behind you because you get a lot more locals, which is awesome, but it is a lot more pressure. So I'm glad she's having fun.
They were having a lot of fun on the podium.
But wait, there's more.
And there's more Netherlands gold. In the men's 1,000, Netherlands took gold, Jens van Twout, and China won silver, Sun Long, and Korea took the bronze, Rim Jong-young.
What does this note about the pregame entertainment?
Oh my goodness. So there was a woman, her name was Elsa Violinist, who you won't believe it, she was a violinist, and her violin was neon and clear, so you could see it, and she sort of played classic music, but to like punkish, EDM music in the background.
Like Trans-Siberian Orchestra?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, that's it. And she had sparkly pants, and she sort of danced while she played.
Oh my, that's some entertainment.
Well, we've been talking about that there isn't enough pregame entertainment, but we had Elsa Violinist, and I don't know why she's not at other places, because she was awesome.
Maybe she'll show up.
And the other thing that stressed me out was they did not set up the track. Like it looked like we were going to do figure skating, not all the cones and things and little markers until like 10 minutes before it started. I was getting so stressed out. Like, isn't this going to take a little time to set everything up and be ready? They just came out. No, those volunteers just came out, boom, 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 and we were ready to go.
Yeah, they got their little stack of cones.
They got their stack of cones and they drop them. But the stress of those volunteers coming in and collecting the cones that get knocked off during the race, it's
amazing.
It was so stressful to me.
Well, and it's something you don't see on TV.
No.
Like the first time I saw it in Beijing, I did not realize this existed because they do, when the cones get knocked out of line, they run in when everybody else is on the other side of the track and have to pick the cone up, and they try to like put it back down if they can. But usually it's like get the cone and get out so that it's not in the way for the skaters when they come back around.
They had a whole system of a person who picked up the cone and then a person who put down an extra cone in the spot.
Oh, nice.
They had a 2 system there. So it was like ball boy picks up, but other ball boy delivers to the server. And then those same people would do the minor ice repairs with buckets of water.
That was on my short list of jobs.
They were human Zambonis. One guy came out with a bucket and he would pour the water, and then the other guy came out with a double squeegee mop and would spread it out. But only one problem. At one point, they left this little lump in the ice. And I could see it, the way the light hit it, but it must not have actually been as big as it looked from my vantage point. Because it looked like there was a cave being formed in the ice. But I think it was just a little ripple. Because nobody came out and fixed it. So if it was as big as I thought it was, I thought like they were going to lose skaters in that hole. It's very stressful.
And then we end the night with speed skating.
Yes, I was there too. See, I might not have gotten to men's hockey, but I was everywhere else.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
So it was the women's 5,000, another gold for Italy, another gold for Francesca Lollobrigida, another crowd that lost their minds.
As they should.
As they should. She was in her last lap, and she had been running second almost the whole race, and then it switched over to first just as she crossed the line. So it was really a last second pulling into the lead. So that was super exciting. Silver went to Meryl Conan from the Netherlands, and bronze went to Norway's Ragne Vikland. Oh, I have to tell you a story about a man with a bell in his pants.
It's always fun to look at the show notes and just see bell in his pants.
So there was a mother and son who were walking from the train with me, and they were carrying a cowbell. So each time that they walked, the cowbell would jingle. And of course, I looked at them and I started laughing, and they laughed back. And in her sort of half Italian, half English, she was letting me know that they had the cowbell for the race. And I said, I love a cowbell. But I also said, I'm not sure if cowbells are allowed, because we had those issues with the cowbells. So this young man just put it in his pants. He put the cowbell down his pants, figuring nobody would check. I don't know if he got the cowbell into the race.
Man, I hope so.
I hope so, because that was just, he didn't even think twice about it. He just put it right in his pants when I said it.
Nobody's getting my cowbell.
And I had to say to him, good on you, man. I hope it worked.
I hope so too. So the last goal that Francesca Lollobrigida won, her son was there, and he's like a little 2-year-old boy. And tonight he was not there because it was the carnival party at his nursery school, and he had a fireman costume, and she didn't want to make him come out of that.
As she should.
That's really being a fireman is more important. So that is the day today. It's been a big day for you, big day for me, and
big day for the kid with the bell down his pants. And it would sort of ring every time you walked.
Like, how do you make that work?
I mean, maybe he should talk to the ski jumpers and how they had to alter their suits.
Right? Just a little wider. All right, and we have Schuckflastan watch.
Yes, Gus Schumacher is running in the 10 kilometer interval start, and Sean Doherty, excuse me, I can't say anyone's name all of a sudden, in the 10 kilometer sprint biathlon.
Excellent. And I have a special message for listener Stephanie. I found an answer to your question, so we'll play your call tomorrow. I just didn't get a chance to pull it off today. So why don't you do mascots while I pull shout outs?
Yes, absolutely. We have 3 mascots. We're like Sydney 2000 tonight. We have Abe, Millie, and Daisy, who live with Brad and Lori Roethlisberger, our very good Schuckflastani. And Abe is uncle to Daisy and Millie is the unofficial pet of the Women's Para Ice Hockey League, and she was the support dog for the 2022 and 2023 Women's World Para Ice Challenges in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And let me tell you something. You have to go to our socials. You go to Instagram. We are at Flame Alive Pod, and you have to see the costumes and faces of these dogs because they are perfect in every way.
That they are. I've seen them. They're adorable. I love them very much. Shout out today is to Ma Jaracz.
So come on. We love you, Ma Jaracz.
Thank you. Sadly, there are no Olympian Jaraczes, even though I told them when I graduated from college I was going to try to be an Olympian.
Well, you are Olympian in your own endeavors.
Right. That is right. And that's going to do it for this episode.
Thank goodness, because if there's been another bell in the pants incident, we're going to be in trouble.
Right. It's a long day. So if you want even more of the most fun coverage of the games, hit us up. We are at flamealivepod.com. That's your go-to place for our socials and newsletters and direct ways to contact us. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for what we forgot to tell you about today, because I already know something that I forgot to mention, and then I was going to interrupt and mention it, and I said, no, I'm tired. And I got to say I'm tired. By I'm tired, I mean I went to bed at like 3 or 4 in the morning yesterday, and got up at 7 to get to the mountain and took 2 little tiny naps and then woke up.
You need some sleep.
And was afraid I snored.
Sergio and Diego would not have minded.
No, not at all. So, yes, be sure to tune in for that tomorrow. Grazie mille per l'ascolto.
And until next time, ciao, and keep the flame alive.